What's up, y'all? I'm over here at Copart, previewing a vehicle. This is a 2006 Mercedes S350. This has a salvage title for side damage, and it appears it's just a side rocker panel. Has a little mileage on it, but in the photos, the suspension isn't lowered like this. So I'm figured the suspension lowered from it just sitting for a while, because the suspension definitely isn't lowered in the photos. I'm gonna have to see if I can get a jump box, because it looks like, I don't know, the car's probably dead. The key's right here. Yeah, it's definitely dead. This car's, yeah, it's not doing nothing. So the battery's definitely dead. So I'm gonna have to see if they got a jump box here, or see if I can go to my car to get my jump box, so they can start it up, so I can see if the suspension's gonna raise on it. But so far, the only damage I see is, well, from the photos, this is all it looks like. The side rocker panel's damaged with a little scrape on the door. That could be an easy fix. It has 207,000 miles, 207,405 miles, so it says on it. You know, if I can get this for a cheap enough price, it would make sense. I'm just hoping that somehow, some way, they didn't break the suspension. So give me a second. I'm going to see if they're going to allow me to get my jump box, or if I can get one from them, so I can start the car to make sure it runs right and see if the suspension raises up. Give me a second. Okay, fortunately this Copart lot has jump boxes. Yeah? You said what? What you say, you think it's gonna what? Okay, let me see if this thing starts. Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh, sorry, I had the camera covered with my finger. So the car starts. Now we gotta see if the suspension raises, because now you got an automatic fault saying car too low. So I'm trying to see if the car raises. Okay. Press the automatic button, see if the car raises up. Is it raising? Because usually these cars raise when the suspension slams like that, because it happens from sitting, and after a while running, the car should raise up on its own. Yeah, that's what they usually do, because they got an automatic suspension, and sometimes it may spring a little leak or whatever, and the thing will lower, but it'll raise back up. Or sometimes they'll just do that from just sitting a while. So you just got to let it run to see if it raises. That's me talking to the guy in the Copart lot. So now, right now, I just got to see if the suspension is going to raise up. Figure this one out. Hopefully it'll raise up. Oh, it looks like the back right corner started raising. Yeah, it raised right there. It's like the right rear raised so far. Now let's see if the rest of the car starts to raise. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, the left rear is starting to raise now. Slowly. Now I just want to see if the front raises. So if the suspension raises out all the way, this one might be a winner, and I'll be bidding on this. Hold on for a few seconds. Okay, the car's raised, but I see smoke coming from under the hood. It smells like it could be oil. I see smoke coming over here, and a little smoke over there. I'm gonna let it run for a second, make sure it doesn't overheat. But the car is pretty much all the way raised up, so we know the suspension is good. It obviously lowered from sitting for a long period of time. I just want to figure out what the source of this smoke is, and if it's something like a leaky valve cover or something, that might be something that could be fixed. But I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. Okay, I hear some. Got the exhaust is there. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna see if the car, if it stays at temperature or if it overheats. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I still see the smoke coming out. Yeah, it might be a valve cover or something. The car seems to run pretty smooth. Like I said, the suspension's all the way raised. It does move under its own power. I put it in forward, I put it in drive, and I put it in reverse. It moves under its own power. Making sure that, the AC blows ice cold. So the AC works. The AC definitely works. Yeah, definitely blows ice cold. So that's not an issue. Light sensor, drive the workshop. I just wanted to run to see, make sure the car doesn't overheat. Okay, the car don't got that much gas in it. It's pretty low on gas. The seller is an insurance company, so this isn't something that somebody just put through the auction to try to flip it real quick like somebody's junk. The seller is actually an insurance company. I'm trying to see whether the alternator is good or not, because we started it with a jump box. It's running. We took the jump box off, but I'm gonna let it run a few, see how much the temperature goes up, and I'm gonna turn it off and see if it starts back up. If the battery's holding the charge, it could just be a really bad battery, but we'll find out. The interior is in pretty decent shape for the year and the mileage that it has on it. It has a few tears in the driver's seat, you see right there, obviously from being driven, and a little tear right there in the passenger seat. But the interior is pretty clean. It's not super dirty and raggedy. Okay, the floor mats are in the trunk, so nothing's really missing out of here. Make sure everything's straight. Yeah, pretty much the damage is just to that left rocker panel, and you got a little minor ding right here on the fender. The right rocker panel is broken, so basically this car just needs 2 rocker panels and a scuff on the driver door fixed as far as cosmetically. Now mechanically, that's what we got to find out, because I want to know where this smoke is coming from. So stay tuned, a few minutes. Everything appears to work. This car even has soft closed doors, as you can see. Check it out. Yeah, the soft closed doors work. AC works. believe the radio works. I didn't even check that. That's really not that important. Okay. Radio work. Navigation doesn't work, obviously. But the radio does seem to work. System unavailable. I guess the radio doesn't work. Doesn't matter. I would change it anyway. I just want to make sure that this car is not going to overheat. That's the only thing I'm doing is watching this. My concern is that right there. I'm just letting it run as long as I can let it run. Like I said, the car seems to be idling smoothly. So far everything appears to be okay. Obviously there's a leak in the air suspension, and looking at the way the suspension raised, the leak is probably right here at the left rear wheel, because every corner raised, but this raised just a little lower than everything else. So I'm figuring it must have a leak over here, and I'll hear some noise, like if you listen close, you can hear. So there might be a leak right in this corner. So that's one concern, not that major of a concern. And let's see, under this rocker panel, did it bang in the side of the car? No. So the frame of the car isn't damaged or anything. It's just this plastic rocker panel needs to be changed. And these are not expensive at all. I could literally change this myself. So maybe I might have a new car coming to the channel if I can win the bid on this. Hopefully they'll accept my bid. This car is up for auction very soon, so we'll see how this turns out. I like this car. Hopefully I'll win it. So I looked around the car. I found some receipts. So in October 2024, this car had the belt tensioner assembly, idler pulley, and the drive belt just replaced. Okay, and I can see from looking, it had a brand new belt on it. Then also in October 2024, it had a new battery and alternator put in. So the alternator's new and the battery's pretty new. It just died obviously from sitting. There's a receipt for that too. Then the third receipt was for, I forgot what it was for. Oh, the third receipt was for, it has something to do with the TPMS. Yeah, for batteries and the TPMS sensors, yeah. Passenger front tire needed a new battery and a TPMS sensor. So that's the receipts that were in the car. I just happened to I seen some papers under the sun visor, and I looked, and that's what it was. So we know it has a good alternator and a new battery. I'm about to leave up out of here, so I let it run long enough. The temperature seems to be staying right there about a 90 something degrees Celsius, and I looked it up and they said that's around the correct operating temperature, but it appears to be having an oil leak at the valve cover gasket, which is not that bad of an issue. So I'm gonna turn it off and see if I can start it back up. Moment of truth right now. And no, it's totally dead. So the battery is 100% totally dead, but the alternator is good. So this car obviously needs a new battery. So yeah, this battery is dead. I'll just put the key right there in the ashtray where it was when I got here, and wish me luck. I am going to bid on this car. I don't want to bid too much, but hopefully I get it at the price that I'm willing to bid. This is not a pure sale, so I gotta hope they approve my bid or it meets their reserve, and we'll see what happens in the next few days. I'll let y'all know whether I won or I lost. And well, obviously soft closed doors ain't gonna work now because the battery's dead. But we'll see where this goes. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, support the channel, and more videos will be coming soon.